Hi everyone, call me Boss here, and welcome to my first run of the new weekly mission for a season of the Splicer, Expunge. I recorded this commentary after the first run to really think about how I feel about it, and to be honest, it feels okay. The most interesting part about it to me is the dialogue and the environment. Hearing Mithras talk to you like you are some sort of god killer really. I think we can all remember taking down Ribbon, um, Lord, what's his name? Oryx, Crota. So we've done quite a bit in our times as Guardian. So it's actually pretty refreshing because you would only really hear about it when you're in a tower, walking around, you talk to Hawthorne and she makes some mention of it, but you kind of feel like you're the same Guardian as you were when you lost your life back in the beginning of Destiny 2. And so it's nice to have that conversation with another NPC that acknowledges the kind of crap that you've done that is pretty noteworthy. So it's nice to finally have that acknowledged. And he actually has more of a respect for you instead of fear like he has for Saint 14. And if you didn't know already, the Fallen referred to Saint 14 as the Kellbreaker, if you can imagine why. And I am really in love with the design of the environment. It looks like it took some inspiration from the Prophecy Dungeon and expanded the Tron feel even more. If you don't remember when they first released Prophecy, they had a trailer and it had a soundtrack and they introduced all these purples, pinks, bright colors, and it was just so different for Destiny because we're pretty used to dark colors, dread, fear, that kind of vibe. But we have this now and it was just again a really refreshing take, and this new mission is more or less the same, except I would say it leans more towards the greens and the darks. But again, different color palette is always great for the eyes, especially when you're playing Destiny for as long as I have. Even the music was great. It was to me an original soundtrack, so hearing their music just really made it worthwhile. And to me, those are honestly the best parts about this mission, to be frank. The main enemy that you fight are Vex, so you'll run into your Hobgoblins, your regular Vex, your Fanatics, you'll run into Minotaurs, the boss at the end of the Minotaur, just a big one, and there are some mechanics to the boss fight, but nothing to be like, oh wow, that took a lot of thinking. No, it's just kill this thing, dunk this thing here, lower shield, spam, DPS, do that a couple more times, and the mission's over. I am skipping that there is platforming throughout the mission, lots of it. So if you love playing games like Crash Bandicoot, then you're gonna really like this mission. In all seriousness, the platforming nice. It does give you the chance to really look at the environment, explore it. So nice, but not my cup of tea as far as the mission goes. And honestly, those are really just my thoughts. The mission didn't really have an major impression on me. Kind of forgettable. They are going to, I think, update in a few weeks to which you'll be able to earn pinnacle and high stat armor. So I look forward to that because they did remove high stat armor from the season pass if you didn't know, and so you can't really farm for it. So this will be one way to farm for it, but again, weekly. So if you have 3 characters, that's great. If you run once a week, then you're gonna have less high stat armor at the end of the day. Besides that, I do think that when everything is said and done, we will be looking back at this mission and not thinking too much of it, especially since we've had Presage last season, which was amazing as far as lore goes, as far as combatants go. It felt really hectic and high paced. And then, of course, before that, we had Harbinger. And Harbinger was great just because it expanded so much on Crow and on getting Hawkmoon, and it makes me wonder if there's going to be an exotic maybe tied to this mission because Presage has Dead Man's Tale, and Harbinger had Hawkwind, so maybe Bungie's holding something up their sleeve that we don't know about yet. But we'll have to wait and see. But for now, my impression is this mission is just okay. Love the way it looks, love the way it sounds, but as far as the way it makes me feel, didn't really make me feel much. I think we've gotten to a point where Bungie has set a pretty high bar for themselves. So if they continue with this quality of seasonal missions for now to the future, I do think they're gonna have a bit of trouble getting people to pay for the season pass. Except me, because I'm a fanboy and I'm just gonna buy season pass till I die. Anyway, those are my final thoughts. I do realize this was a short impression video, but granted it is a short mission. If you run it with the decent build, you don't even need a really high-end
What? No.
war mind
Guardian,
or charge
the
with life
Vex has
build. I mean,
sensed
it's
your
not
presence
really
in the
challenging at
network
all,
and
to
are
be honest,
attempting a purge.
once you get the feel
You
for it.
must hurry into the
Um,
domain.
it only takes maybe, I would say, 10 to 15 minutes to complete at the very most. So those are my thoughts. Again, thank you so much for watching this video. I will leave the rest of the gameplay running so you can see what the mission is like if you haven't run it yourself, and you can see the last boss fight and listen to the dialogue, because again the dialogue was honestly really great. If you didn't run, oh, I forgot that mission where you get whatchamacallit, Lord have mercy, the Siva Pulse Rifle. If I remember, I'll add it to the description. But Mithrax was there, you know, like he's the one that introduced you to that mission. And so seeing him expanded upon in this season is honestly really awesome. So, oh, and by the way, I am playing on mouse and keyboard during this gameplay, and I am just starting to get used to it. So be kind, because you're gonna see a lot of things like, wow, how did he not make that jump? Guys, I have not played with mouse and keyboard that long, so bear with me. One last time, thank you for your time. Be well. This is Call Me a Boss signing off.
A labyrinth of Vex consciousness made manifest. This must be where the Vex designed their architecture before bringing it to reality. We must find a way through this labyrinth to the oppressive mind within. That structure ahead is a knot of Vex consciousness. If destroyed, it may reveal a path forward. To circumvent the remaining defenses, you must deceive the Vex domain consciousness into thinking you are one of them. You should be able to splice an essence of their consciousness from a destroyed Vex. Try splicing a Vex consciousness into their network to break its defenses. Impossible made possible. You truly are a thing of legends, Guardian. The oppressive mind that commanded this domain is no more. And now this region of the Vex network must collapse. The fabric of reality is beginning to return to its prior state.
At last, real progress.
This is how we save our people. By tearing apart the veil of night that the Vex have laid over the city.
Well done, Mithrax. Thank you.
An elite Splicer would not have been able to endure this confrontation. And a Lightbearer without a Splicer gauntlet would never have been able to enter this domain at all. The Guardian is a Union being, A conduit between two houses. They are proof of what can be accomplished when separate components become a single machine. As Zavala Kel says, stronger together.